Okay, we are live. It's Sunday Stamp with Susan, and I'm here to share with you one last celebration day, and we're going to be looking at the Hippest Hippos again. I just love those little guys, and I'm going to use one that I haven't used yet, I don't believe. So, and again, it's a Christmas one. It's combining our Hippest Hippos with Trees for Sale. And even though the dies are no longer available, the stamp set is. So, again, a reminder of our August host code, 3A4U 9DVP. And using that host code when you order will help me so that it'll go in my workshop order and I can get more things to show you. So, if you've had your eye on anything in this celebration catalog, now's the time to order. A $50 order will get you one level. A $100 order will get you another level. You can get the Hippest Hippos free with a $50 order. Ramp it up to a $100 order, and you can also get the dies. So each one is for $50 order. So why not get them both? There's some awful cute things available here. Then we've got the Rings of Love Designer Series paper. This is, I've gotten a couple of sets of this. I just love this paper. I love the backgrounds. I'm going to, even though it won't be celebration anymore, I'm going to show you something next week with Rings of Love. The pool party, this sold out very quickly. The pool party and soft sea foam cards and envelopes, so they are no longer available. Here is stylish sketches, free with a $50 purchase. Got a cute little fox. They're plugged in. Let me check the other end. I don't want to lose this in the middle. It was not plugged in all the way, so I'm glad that came up and that I saw it. So, free with a $100 purchase is this beautiful striped, dotted, looks like snow, designer series papers. There's 24 sheets, 12 each of 2 designs. Then there's free with a $100 order, the amazing phrasing. My very favorite, I think this is one of my favorite papers I've ever had while I've been in Stampin' Up, is free with a $100 purchase. You get the stamp set, Wonderful World, and the papers that go along with it, and they are gorgeous. Here's just showing a few ways you can manage that. And then here's a free host item, Perfect Pomegranate. It's free with a $300 purchase. in case anybody wanted to get all their favorites. And there's also a joining special for the month. If you've ever thought of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, this is a nice joining special. Starter kit for $99. You get to pick $125 of product. You get free shipping. You get a paper pumpkin. And then, on top of that, you'll get the Making Plans collection. It's a beautiful planner, a notebook trio, and Making Plans stamp set. I wish I could qualify for it because I love it. Okay, so that, oh, and there's some more of that Wonderful World stuff, just beautiful. Okay, I have to look and see who's watching with me. So we've got Judy, Jennifer, looks like Judy and Jennifer. Thank you for joining me. And here's the little card that we're going to make today. Roll call time, yeah. This is the card. It's a hippo with a snow hat on, or a Santa hat on, carrying a wreath over to put another bauble on the Christmas tree. Somewhere in this mess that I call a desk and a workspace is the larger tree from the Rings of Nature stamp set. I don't know where it went. I had it out here and it's disappeared. I'll find it on the back of something, I'm sure. So I had to go with the smaller tree. But I don't think it has affected anything. And I'm feeling fine. Thank you for asking. So, let me show you how we're going to put this together. This green is Parakeet Party. It's a little different for Christmas colors, but I love it with the Cranberry Cottage. So, let's see what we need here. Set that aside. So we've got our card base at 8.5 by 5.5. We've scored it at 4.25, and we're going to fold it and use our bone folder to give it a good crease. And I've gotten measurements written down here. We're using some paper from our Lights Aglow. There is another side, and I thought of turning it over, but I like this one, the Boho side. So this is 4 by 5.25, and we're going to wait on putting that down because I have something else to add to it. Okay, I'll set that aside. I'm going to go real slow with the measurements in case you want to write them down. This is some old olive, and this is 3 3/4 by 3 1/8. Oh, Judy, I'm glad you like this side too. I think that it's more muted so that it doesn't clash with the Parakeet Party. So again, this piece is 3 3/4 by 3 1/8. Then we've got another piece of old olive that's 3 3/4 by 1 1/8. Then we've got basic white, 3 5/8 by 3 and 1 by 3 1/8. And I can repeat those later. And we're going to be using cherry cobbler, old olive, and soft suede ink pads, in addition to light gray granite Stampin Blends, dark gray granite Stampin Blends, and light smoky slate. Now the light smoky slate is going to be underneath the hippo here and underneath the tree so that they're not floating in space. So the first thing I want to do is stamp our hippo, and I've left out a color, basic gray. So tap, tap, tap. I want to check we've got it inked up good. And then we're just going to put the hippo over here, kind of towards the edge. Press down, and there's a good hippo impression. Clean my stamp off before I move on. I'm using my Stampin' Scrub. I love this thing. It's got two pads. One, the raindrop side is where you spray the Stampin' Mist, that's the cleaner. And then the other side has a sun, and that's where you dry it. And it does a very good job, and you just need to be sure to clean your stamps right away. Okay, so I'm going to color our little hippo here. Light and dark gray granite. I got these confused a bit ago. So, I think I'm on screen. I'm using the wrong side. I like to use the brush side. And just a gentle touch. And then coloring in circle motion. The blends come in sets of light and dark of the same color for $9. And now I'm going to color the tummy. And I'm going to do the toenails. Now, last week, we did the ballerina's toenails in a pink of some sort, but we just need, I think this is a boy. I'm deciding that it's a boy. Now we're going to color the backs of the ears. Try to stay in the line, Susan, because you're not cutting this out. And this may bleed a little bit, so be prepared for that. Because I did not use Memento. I tried it on a sample and it was just too dark. Get the little legs. Okay, that's it for the hippo. Okay, now to stamp the tree. And I've got my Stampin' Pierce mat, and I've wrapped it in some scrap paper, and you can see that I've done a lot of stamping off with this. I don't know really how long it'll take me to do this because it took me forever to get this sample card done. So I'm going to stamp the tree in Old Olive, but I'm going to stamp it off because I want it lighter. And we're just going to put it in the space there. Not bad. Clean off your stamp. And then we've got the second stamp gives this some didn't mean to do that. Gives us some definition in the middle. And I am going to use this in full strength. And then I'm going to try to get it lined up pretty good. Well, not too bad. And one last thing. Just putting my old olive away. And with the soft suede, I am going to stamp, after I wipe my finger off that got in the ink, I'm going to stamp a tree holder. I don't know what you call them. There, tree stand. That's what I'm looking for. Yes, this hippo does have personality. Yeah, I think it does. Okay, we're going to put the soft suede away. Now, we need to do some decorating on here. And I've got a little ink on my finger. Again, ooh, I've got a lot of ink on my finger. And I want to get another wipe out. This package is almost empty. But with my not host rewards, I get an amount to spend at Walmart for over-the-counter things, and I got a whole bunch of those. Okay, let me finish building the front here. We're going to use some mini glue dots. And we're going to kind of fold it in half. And make sure I'm on screen. So we're going to put this in the hippo's hand. And the first one, I put the bow on the bottom. but I think I like the bow on the top. And again, I've rolled up the little glue dot. And what do you think? Bow at the top, bow at the bottom. Help me. Bow at the top. Bow at the top, bow at the bottom. Well, I wish there was a third person on here. I'm going with the top. You each voted for the different one. Now we're going to take another glue dot and put it behind our gold star. And this just about fits perfectly. And the other end of our take your pick tool has putty, so that you can place small items without touching with your hands. And now, like I said, I want to build the whole front, or almost the whole front. We're going to put some rhinestones, red rhinestones on the tree. And this take your pick tool here picks up these rhinestones nicely and covering up some of the boo-boos. A couple of more. Okay, and one more, because the hippo is hurrying over to the tree to put another bauble on. Okay, that's good. Oh, and there was one more thing I wanted to do. I don't want these things floating around in thin air, so just add some oops, I probably got a little much there, but you get the idea. If you wanted that a little lighter, you could always use the color lifter, but it'll lighten up with time. So, one more, well, I'm going to put the hat on, but I'm not going to decorate it with the white yet. Whoops, I almost did it on the wrong side. Little jaunty Christmas hat. And we are going to put some, it's a new product. Well, we'll be, oh, here we go. It's called Pearlized Enamel Effects Basic White. Comes in a package of 3. There's black and red and white. And we are going to decorate the Santa hat once we have this card all put together. Oh, I'm glad you think it's so cute. Well, I guess a lot of people will be watching later. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, and I failed to do this the last time. Whoops, I was going to put it on there. Okay, we're going to take some of this Parakeet Party ribbon. It's kind of a braid, and it's shiny. And let me see how much I've got here. I'm going to be trimming some off, but I've got 17 inches, so I've got plenty. And I want to see where this is going to come, and where this is going to come, and then this is going to go right in the middle, at the bottom there. Well, I can't seem to hold on to it. It is very light. And I'm going to put a glue dot right here. It always helps me to place that and then tie the bow accordingly. Take these back off. And I always do a right over left. It seems to keep it straighter. Maybe, maybe not. And then when I've got that knot done, I can let go of, let me make it a little tighter. When I've got that done, I can let go and I can make my bow. It just gives a little stability because I'm not, you may think differently, but I am not the best bow maker when you're tying like this. Okay. I'm going to take my snips, the one with the ribbon on, because that reminds me that this is not for paper. I gasped once as I picked it up to color something. So now we're going to put our hippo friend onto the old olive background with just a little bit. Whoops. Now, how did I get that crooked? If you do it quickly and carefully, you can move it slightly. Okay, so now we're going to pop this up on Dimensionals. And it adds a little bit of interest to the card. Sorry to see Celebration go away because there were some great free products, and this hippo has to be the one that's been the most popular. And I hope if you love it, you've gotten it. Okay. Pop up. Oops, I just moved that. Trying to think of what I can do with that background. Okay, now, one last thing. We're going to add the Christmas greetings. You can add any greeting that you want, that you've got available. And because it's a photopolymer, I couldn't think of the name, photopolymer stamp, we want to have a base underneath it. And it didn't ink up on one end earlier, so let's see if I've got any better luck this time. I did have better luck. I think Cranberry Cottage, no, Cranberry Cottage. Cherry Cobbler. I don't know why I call it Cranberry Cottage, because it looks cranberry to me. And a friend of my sister's owns a gift store called Cranberry Cottage. So I will forever be calling Cherry Cobbler Cranberry Cottage. I wonder if I cut this wrong. No, I cut this wrong. Well, we can live with it, right? I don't know if you're interested in cat stories, but they took my granddaughter's bed apart to give her more room in her room to do schoolwork. And they had the mattress standing up downstairs here, leaning against the couch that's there. And I heard the cats out here, and it's like they were talking to each other. And Rosie, the female, is an instigator, and Harrison is like her sidekick. And the next thing I knew, I heard some chirping and happy chirping, and they had managed to knock down the mattress, had it tipped so that Rosie could climb up onto the top shelf of my daughter's completed Lego sets. So here's Rosie gleefully walking across the back and forth, and Harrison's just cheering her on. So had to get her down, get the mattress back up, fix it so it wouldn't fall again. Oh my, just so clever. Okay, I'm going to shake it to make sure, and then we're just going to squeeze a little out, and it's pearlized, and it'll dry hard. But I thought, rather than cut any more pieces, because there are a lot of pieces that were cut in this card, that I would try this new product and show it to you. So, there we are, and that's going to be shiny, as you can see on this card. I think I want that a little puffier. Okay, so there's our last celebration card, and it's another Christmas card with hippos. They are just the cutest. Oh, Yanni, I didn't see that you had come on. Welcome. So if you want to help me out by liking my page and sharing my video, and then it will shortly, later this afternoon, be on YouTube. There, I just wanted a little more on that. Put it on thicker. Isn't that a neat product? So, going to take a random pick, and people that are on the live show here, video, making comments, will go in a drawing to receive one of these cards. Either wreath bow down or wreath bow up. Thank you for joining me. Next week I'm going to have a very special new die that I fell in love with, and we'll see how many ways we can make it. I'll get that all set up. Remember the host code if you're going to order by the 31st. That's when this little catalog is done. August 31st, to be able to get the hippos. I hadn't heard if any of you had gotten the hippos, but I've shown you a couple of things with the hippos. Thank you for the wishing better. Karen and Sheila are on here. I don't see them. Huh. They must have snuck on when there they are. Wow, we had a whole group today. Like I said, this will be on YouTube later this afternoon. Make sure if you're going to order that you do that by the 31st and use my host code. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good week, and I will see you next Sunday. I suppose one of these days I ought to show my face, right? Not until I get my hair cut. So, love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.